right. I am, of course, riding solo, doing a solo Sequoia today. Marcus is busy, but I am the excellent one himself. I am Ricky Goldman. And whatever the weather, whatever the day, whatever the time, I apologize for starting a little bit late here. But this, of course, is the Writing Rat podcast. So go ahead, like, subscribe, share, get your comments in. I want to hear from you. Sound off. It is your time to get your voice heard. But, as I previously mentioned, I am going singles action today. You're getting just me. So it's going to be a much shorter podcast than usual. But, I could have easily not done a podcast, but I thought I would do one for you guys anyway, just so I'm then giving you guys content and I'm giving you guys something. So, without further ado, I hope you guys are, of course, keeping hydrated in this very warm, very hot weather. But without further ado, let's waste no more time. Get that bell sounded. It's time for segment number 1. And that, of course, is cooking at the table. So try as I fix my lights here. Give me 1 second to do that. Give me 1 second here, guys. 1 second. One second. Hold on. Hold your horses. Give me 1 second. So, what have I been up to? I've been up to the usual. Heading to the gym, keeping fit, and going to my walking group, going to my crafting that I go to every single week. But of course, I know. So, of course, been doing those, but been doing a couple of other new things. One of those new things this week was I did get my dog washed. So it gets a yearly wash. And yeah, that happened. Also, I did attend my yearly dental appointment. All fine, all great. So that's what I've been up to. I still keep looking for WWE tickets. I'm still keeping my eye on getting a ticket for going to head into WWE when they tour again over here in August. So yeah, that's what I've been up to this week. Next week, pretty much more the same. Gym, crafts, walking group. And yes, that is it. But let's tag team these segments and go into number 2. And you know what it is. It is all about the red carpet. It's all about the Hollywood Walk of Fame. It's all about the cameras clicking, the celebrity talking, because it can only be that is right, movie talk. So what are the 2 movies that I've watched since the last time that you guys saw me? Listen, to the last time I grace you guys with my presence. Those two movies are the How to Train Your Dragon remake, so the live action version. Yeah, good enough movie. I do think the cartoon or animated version was better, but yeah, the remake is decent enough. The second movie I've watched, not so decent, Fear Below. Very, very B-movie-esque. It was okay at best. So what movies have I got my eye on? What's coming up? Certainly the 28 years later movie, I do want to watch that. And probably Formula One, the movie, I will be probably watching that also. But as I said, I am singles action, riding solo, Sequoia, riding solo today. Marcus is busy, sure be on next week. Do not worry, guys, I'm sure Marcus will be on next week, telling you guys what he's been up to, promoting his YouTube channel, which I'm going to do that right now. And I'm going to play an ad, and I'm going to get into what wrestling I've been to, and then we're going to get into some wrestling talking. So, as previously mentioned, Marcus' channel in the description below, as it always is. So if you're a fan of food and drink reviews, this right here is the channel for you. So do indeed head to it. And here, this is a little taster. That is right. Head to Marcus' channel. The description is the channel's right there on your screens. It is also in the description below, so check it out. Head to Marcus' channel, like and subscribe to Marcus' channel. But I did there mention that it's promotion for me. And as you'll have felt, as you'll have seen, as you'll have witnessed a heat wave sweeping through, it's like Hot Rod, Rowdy, Piper, and Kane got together and made this weather. That means it's t-shirt weather. That means it is show off weather. That means it's represent weather. That means it's show your love, show your support weather. And this is how you do just that. So that is right. Do indeed head to Protein Tees. Go and one. Protein Tees Goldman's one. If you cannot purchase a t-shirt, then at least get the name shared. Get it out there. Let the people know. Let all your family and friends know. If you can purchase a t-shirt, you get two. That is right. 2 shout-outs per live, beginning and end of each and every live that I do. At least one a week. If not 2, if not 3, with watch-alongs. So I will put over, I will promote your channel, your podcast, whatever you want, guys. Just purchase protein, go to Protein Tees, Goldman's one, I need Protein Tees, Goldman's one, and purchase all of my t-shirts, all, get them all, show me, and no shout-outs come your way. But I have been to not 1, but 2 wrestling shows. Got one coming up. So for more information on that, where I've been, to watch the wrestlers in the ring and everything else in between, you know what time it is. And it's time for... That is right, Wrestling Days Out with Ricky Goldman. So, as I said on the last episode, go back and watch. And also a massive thank you to all over 100 people that have liked, so that have viewed that video. So massive thanks to each and every one of you. Those are the numbers that I want to see. Certainly for this one also. But in the last episode, I said I was going to some wrestling. I've been to that. So I did go to some wrestling on Monday called Catch Pro Wrestling here in the UK, here in Manchester. Yeah, it was a good enough show. Yeah. That's all I'm really going to leave it at. Good enough show. And I'm going to massively promote, so massively put over Cat Pro Wrestling. Certainly a show that I highly recommend. Get tickets next time if you can, or for the next show that I may be at. It is in September. I may or may not be going. We'll have to wait and see. But that wasn't the only wrestling I've been to this week. I went to some wrestling today, just earlier on, something called Cone Gala. There was a free wrestling show on, Top Rope Wrestling to be precise. Did make a little bit of a day of it also. So did have a little bit of inflatable axe throwing. There was somebody called, like a stuntman act on called Dangerous Steve. He was good enough. Got myself a burger, got myself some chips, got myself some ice cream, got myself a couple of beers. But unfortunately, the wrestling, what I saw of it was okay. But due to a crappy PA system, that they should have really checked, checked. They should have checked earlier on, but the crappy PA system meant a late start, so that meant it started raining, and they had to cut the show early. There was 2 shows, and the first show didn't even finish. There was 2 matches. And like I said, what I saw of it was decent, but definitely not prepared, unfortunately. Kind of really no one's fault, I suppose. So it is what it is. Now, the next wrestling I'm going to will be, in fact, tomorrow. Same deal, Top Rope Wrestling, that I highly recommend. They have got a couple of shows coming up. So if you're from the UK, you're from England, certainly try and get to these. So they've got a show in September. Well, they've got a few shows, but of the flyer I got today, they've got a show in September. High Rollers 3. September 13th, get tickets are on sale now, to try and get one. And then they're back in Cold, where I went today, October 25th. So there we are. I am going to their next show. Of course, yes, it is tomorrow. Part of Accrington Carnival. Fingers crossed that can go ahead. Fingers crossed. There is no rain. Judging by the weather now, judging by the heat now, I don't think it is going to rain, but we'll certainly wait and see. So yes, there will be a little bit of wrestling on tomorrow, so I'll make tomorrow a day of it. And then I've also got coming up, we'll be at Top Rope. Their next show after tomorrow, we'll get to that next week though. But I've also got coming up Progress Wrestling. And what a day, what a show it's sure to be. Because on hand, you've got the one, the only, none other than former WWE superstar Shotzi Blackheart goes toe-to-toe, one-on-one against Nina Samuels. That is right, Shotzi Blackheart in the house. Tickets still on sale. Show tickets and meet and greet tickets still on sale. So go ahead. You guys tell them that I sent you, that the golden one, the excellent one, the man, Ricky Goldman. Ricky Goldman. Ricky Goldman sent you. And if you see me there, guys, feel free to come and say hello, get a selfie, get my autograph, whatever. And make sure to acknowledge me. But and I'm sweating as we speak, guys, as words are spoken. Give me 1 second here. Let's set forth down the ramp into the ring. The ref is ready. The people are ready. Titles are on the line and up for grabs. Bragging rights to fight for, because you know what time it is. It is none other than that is right, wrestling roundup. Starting, of course, with, and I once again try and fix these lights, starting with AEW Dynamite that took their show to Mexico to take on CMLL. So let's read the results. Let's go through it. Let's see what was done. Let's see how things were done. And did AEW put over AAA? Sorry, put over CMLL like WWE put over AAA? Or did they bury them? What happened? Let's suicide dive into it. Read the people's results and give that people's rating. So, as always, with AEW, you guys know that I don't watch this basically purely off results. So. Got Grand Slam Mexico. That kicked off with match 1 in 14-man tag team action. That saw Dax Harwood, Volador Jr., Kyle Fletcher, Takeshita, Lance Archer, Josh Alexander, and Horatio take on Bandido, Atlantis Jr., Templario, Brody King, Daniel Garcia, and Adam Cole, baby. Who do you think came out on top? And if that answer was Adam Cole's team, then you got it correct. Round of applause to you. Okay. Really not much to be said there. Okada scored the win, scored that much neat, that founded 1-2-3 pinfall victory over Mark Briscoe. Again, okay. MJF battled Mystico, and coming out on top here was Mystico. That is right, he put away and defeated MJF. So yeah, big win for Mystico here. Excuse me, guys. Absolutely sweating here. So I hope you guys appreciate this. I'm doing this through a heat wave. But as we continue with AEW in a fatal four-way match, where the winner would pay 10,000 peso. So in this one was Leo Rush, Ricochet, Hologram, and Mascara Dorado. And your victor was Hologram. I will say that Hologram is getting a push. AEW are doing good things with Hologram, but he is the typical thing in AEW. A slight sliver of good thing in a world of overall bad. For the CML Women's Championship, Mercedes was in one corner, and in the other corner, Zeuxis, and your winner, and no CML Women's Champion Mercedes Moné. Now she's got 6. Count them, 6 titles. Okay, cool, I suppose cool, but I don't know what this is doing for AEW. Like I believe some of those titles that Mercedes holds are obviously indie title. Well, AEW's in. I've said it before. I'll say it again. AEW's indie just with a TV deal, but I believe that Mercedes holds actual indie titles. So what is that doing for AEW? Cool as you can see, Mercedes Moné in your local AEW, so your local indie show. And I've said it before. I'll say it again. Sometimes indie are better than WWE. Tickets way cheaper. Usually value for money. You get to meet future WWE, just to name a few. Before the release, Gallus, Noam Dar, Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, etc., are all from the UK indie scene, and now they're in WWE. Gallus, okay, they aren't, but still, you guys you get what I'm saying. And it is, like I say, usually value for money. For the company that I go to in Ormskirk, this is wrestling. A big shout out to them. They've got a big show coming up at the beginning of August 3rd, in between the both nights of SummerSlam. As I take a drink here, the price are about £15, something like that. You're getting, obviously, entry ticket, front row seat, raffle ticket, poster, and ringside photo with a few of the wrestlers. So you say, big value for money. And if they somehow, some way got Mercedes Moné to come in, huge. That is absolutely massive. That's massive for the indie company. I just don't quite get what that's doing for AEW in the long run. If you can see Mercedes Moné and she's playing me, and these indie companies will do meet and greets with Mercedes, because why not? It's a money-making thing. That's what wrestling is, by the way. It's to make money. I know Tony Khan doesn't believe in that, and he wants to play it, make wrestling, but no doubt that these indie companies are going to do a meet and greet with Mercedes Moné, play something you're not going to get at AEW. So if you can go to your local indie company and meet Mercedes, why are you then going to AEW? Rant over. Let's carry on and conclude this match number 6. So 12-man tag team action. The Beast Mortis, the Death Riders, and the Young Bucks faced off against the Ops, Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay. Your winners here, the Death Riders, the Young Bucks, and the Beast Mortis. Again, I'll say an okay, and my rating for AEW Grand Slamming Mexico, Dynamite. I'll say just above a. I'll say okay. I'm going to say dark match for this one. Let me know your rating below, certainly, as we go right into the Red Brand, the show exclusively to Netflix, and that, of course, is Monday Night Raw. And I am actually quite struggling here, guys, but I will prevail. So we did have Corey Graves on commentary along with Michael Cole calling the action. Cool. Liv Morgan started the evening calling out Io Sky. Io Sky did come out. She cuts a promo, drop kick to Liv. Yeah, really not much to be said there. In Fatal 4-Way qualifying action where the winner would go into the semi-finals and the Queen of the Ring, Asuka, Stephanie Vikir, Avinal, or Raquel Rodriguez. Who do you think got that win there? And if you said Asuka, pat yourself on the back like DIY. Yeah, so go great to see Asuka back. Cool, of course you was going to get this win. You had the new, brand new World Heavyweight Champion Gunther make his way to the ring, and who interrupted? Goldberg. And now it is set, so I'm going to say about the match, then I'm going to do my rant. At Saturday night's main event, Gunther versus Goldberg for the Men's World Heavyweight Championship title gold. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. So, God, I'll make this as quick as I can. So, Goldberg, so this 58-year-old, has been beaten up, hobbling his way to the ring, botch fest, old man who's not been in a match for 3 years, hasn't won a match he's been longer than that since he's won a match. In fact, since 2020, he's lost 4 out of 5 matches. He's won one whole matchup. He cuts not even a good promo. The pre-promo wasn't even good, but he cuts a promo to get a title shot. So the guy that almost broke the Undertaker's neck, beat the Fiend when no one wanted that to happen. He's getting a title shot, and he's probably going to win. I don't know. I hope he doesn't. But I wouldn't be 100% sure that 100% that he's not gonna win. That he's definitely gonna. I don't think he's a 100% Goldberg is losing. I think Gunther needs an opponent for SummerSlam. Also, we'll get into that on SmackDown, who I think wins King of the Ring. I think they have Goldberg win here and then a rematch at SummerSlam. Let's carry on here. AJ Styles sent packing JD McDonough. Cool. And this has actually earned him a title shot. He will face Dominic Mysterio for the Men's Intercontinental Championship at Night of Champions next weekend. Bayley comes on out. Then Becky Lynch did. This was okay. Really not much to be said here. Carrie Sane, Liv Morgan, they went one-on-one once again. And unfortunately, Liv Morgan suffered an injury. A very easy, simple takedown. And shoulder injury, dislocated shoulder for Liv Morgan. Looks like she might be out for a number of weeks. Looks like she might even miss SummerSlam. I think she was meant to face Nikki Bella. I think there was rumors of Bella Twins are coming back maybe to take on Liv and Raquel for the tag team titles. I presume all of that's very much up in the air. but a speedy recovery. Tulin Morgan get heal up soon. And then in your main event, in another fatal four-way match, Jey Uso, Rusev, Bronson Reed, and Sheamus. The only other one that could have won this is Sheamus, but the one that did was Jey Uso. Okay, cool. I'm going to give Raw a rating of... nah. Let's get into the show taking over Tuesday nights. The Grey Show, the Silver Show of NXT. It was all about women's action, all about Evolution Eliminator action that kicked off with Jada Parker getting that 1, getting that 2, getting that 3 against Thea Hale. Very, very clever how Jada won, feigning the tap out. Thea let go. Then so Jada feigned the tap out. Thea let go. Hip attack. 1, 2, 3. Jada advances. And your second one of these matches, Lash Legend, also coming out on top against Kalani Jordan. Cool. Tony D'Angelo came out, got on the stick. Then Luca Crucifino did, and then Stacks did. So I like this. He's not the biggest storyline in the world. He's not the biggest storyline in WWE, but I'm liking it. In 6-man tag team action, Elijah, Josh Briggs, and Yoshiki Inamura pinning Trick Williams and also Wesley and AJ Francis within the match. Yeah, cool. A big win for Yoshiki here. Like, this is one of the things that I like, and I think that Marcus likes about NXT, is that everyone has a role, everyone has a storyline, however small it is. Everyone's getting at that push. Yoshiki defeating, pinning Trick Williams. More women's action saw Izzy Dame qualify to the Fatal 4-Way as she sent for an early shower Zarya. And then John and Grace coming up trumps against Lola Vice. Cool. And then in your main event segment, Ava is in the ring. It was a contract signing. Blake Monroe made her way out. Fatal Influence did. Tumbling her through a table. That closed out NXT. And I give it a rating of opener. Over on Speed, El Grande Americano was very successful in his first ever title defense. As he retained against Berto. That's also going to get an opener. He's sure that he's evolving how wrestling is done on Wednesdays, and that, of course, is Evolve. That saw Kelly Armstrong and Natalia, that is right, Natalia, getting the win against Zeta Steel and Nikita Lyons. So yeah, like I say, really cool to have Natalia on Evolve. Marcus Mathers getting a win against Jordan Oasis. Cool. And you had Keanu Cover hit the ring, took out both Jordan and Marcus, and then cut a promo. And then your main event on Evolve, in a gauntlet match, the Vanity Project coming out with their hand raised high, Sean Legacy coming out with a loss. But the bigger story here is after the match, Lindsay Dorado and the LWO making the save. That is right, LWO now on Evolve. And again, why not? I think Evolve is very, very quickly coming the show to see. First of all, I'm going to give out more thoughts on that. But first of all, my rating, which of course is an opener. But LW on NXT, Natalia on NXT, on Evolve, sorry. very quickly becoming the show to watch, the show not to be missed. So finishing up wrestling roundup for this week. The blue brand SmackDown kicked off with LA Knight, yeah, and coming out cutting a promo followed by Paul Heyman. This was okay, decent opener. It did bring out the two Bronze. They got dispatched. We then went to semi-final action and the Queen of the Ring that saw Asuka score big against Alexa Bliss. She has her sights set firmly on the finals. Do you guys think Asuka could get this done? As I sort out my paperwork here, sort out my notes here, what do you guys think of Asuka's chances? Do let me know in those comments below. Sound off right now. I'm going to get to more action in about a couple of seconds from now. It was then, it was meant to be Aleister Black taking on Kit Wilson. R-Truth hitting the ring, destroying Kit Wilson, applying the STF. So Aleister Black can't even get a match against Kit Wilson. Damn, what an absolute waste of Aleister Black. Probably doesn't think so, but I certainly think a complete waste of him coming back to WWE. Cody Rhodes then came out and cut his best promo ever. He didn't even speak. And just watching SmackDown, I realized what the problem is, that Cody's there all the time. You know, I know that John Cena, so we'll get to Cena shortly here, but Cena, I know he's on limited dates, but still he's not there every week. Reigns hasn't been seen since the Raw after WrestleMania. Goldberg, people, you know, yes, it's stupid that Goldberg cuts a week half promo and he's getting a world title shot. But the last time we saw him in the ring 3 years ago. But Cody's just there every week, just boring. But out came Juso, then Sami Zayn, and then Randy Orton. This led to the men's side of things in the King of the Ring semi-finals, putting himself in the finals. Wasn't Sami Zayn, but was indeed Randy Orton. I so would have had Sami Zayn win this, and I would have had Sami Zayn, Gunther at SummerSlam. Sami Zayn wins, Rollins cashes in on Zayn, and that makes sense because of the promo that Sami Zayn said to Punk that Rollins must be stopped. Or you even do a celebration the night after on Raw. Gunther takes out Zayn and Rollins takes advantage and takes the title home. But no, Randy Orton advances. So you're going to have either Jay versus Gunther again. And I think that Goldberg wins and they're doing Goldberg Gunther again at SummerSlam. But let's say Goldberg doesn't win. So it's Jay versus Gunther again. So you're either going to have Jay, win King of the Ring and lose at SummerSlam, or he's going to win the title back and you just flip-flopping so hot potato in the title. And it'd be the fourth match they've had this year and just, yeah. Or Orton versus Cena, and out of the three options, that's probably the one I would probably go for. Or Cody versus Cena, you can have, and taking personal opinion out, you can have Cody lose or Cena lose. Does Rollins cash in on Cody? I think that's probably the way you go. So if that doesn't happen and Cody wins, you're back in the same boat of two top heels, and one of them's out, and that's Drew. You've got currently one top heel, and that's Rollins. Because I think once Cena loses, he's back to being face, so whatever. on we continue. Nia Jax came on out. Then Tiffany Stratton did. This ended in a brawl. Okay. Charlotte, so Chelsea Green put up a good fight, but she did come up short and unfortunately having to tap out against Charlotte. Okay. Solo Sikoa came on out. Jacob Fatu did. This basically led to a match at Night of Champions for the Men's US Championship. Jacob Fatu will defend against Solo Sikoa. LA Knight got a DQ win against Bronson Reed. Okay. And speaking of DQ wins, R-Truth also had one of those against John Cena. That's right. John Cena wrestling on SmackDown. And for the first time ever in 7 years. But John Cena wasn't done, because out came CM Punk. This led to a fight, this led to a brawl. Punk getting put through a table. Cena getting on the stick, and Cena laid it down, cutting the pipe bomb promo. So Cena basically cutting the same promo Punk did all those years ago. Cena saying, putting his spin on it. This was very, very good. I think Cena was shooting here. Cena calling out, saying Claudio. He mentioned Claudio Castagnoli. That's in it. AEW. Nick Nemeth, Matt Cardona. Cena saying to Punk, that you are Mr. TKR. Your tweets are strong, but your morals are weak. So basically saying that for the money, he's going to Saudi, so he must have been paid a ton to go to Saudi. But yeah, this was good. So Cena basically doing the pipe bomb promo, which of course hypes up their match for next Saturday's Night of Champions. Somebody gave SmackDown also the rating of opener. So that is indeed wrestling roundup for this week. One final segment to do, only one news story to cover. But before that, it is of course double ad time. So take your eyes onto this. That is indeed right. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. As we go into the final segment, and I'm going solo Sikoa today. But the final segment, of course, is get yourself into the studio. Read all about it. Read the newspapers. Read the news articles. Because it is... That is right, news and headlines. So the one news story this week, and then of course is, and there was no announcement about it. I thought they would have made an announcement on SmackDown. Maybe they will next week. But that is the blue brand of SmackDown going back to 2 hours starting next month. Okay. Surely WWE or USA don't... Someone made a decision here. Obviously, it means more money to WWE. I mean, more money to USA. It being 3 hours. I don't think it's Triple H thinking, the rest of these wrestling fans are getting burnt out, or all the saturation of the product. It's definitely not that. Going back to WrestleMania weekend, Stand and Deliver, and then a 2-night Mania, and then you had Backlash and Saturday Night's Main Event and Battleground in the same month, Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank in the same day, and we're still not done in this month. Night of Champions still to come. Then it's just a few weeks. Great American Bash, Saturday Night Main Event in the same day and the day after Evolution. So I really don't think it's, oh, we're burning the fans out here with SmackDown being 3 hours. Most of the fan base is hardcore fan base. So how many hardcore fans like us are going to be complaining that SmackDown is 3 hours? But someone made a decision here. I presume it's a USA network. Maybe, or they aren't getting the greatest numbers for that 3rd hour. But my thing is, if SmackDown has the same amount of commercials it does now, so the amount of commercials it has now for a 3 hour SmackDown is horrendous. We have the same amount of commercials on a 2 hour SmackDown. How much wrestling you're actually getting and how much TV time is a talent getting. So I feel sorry for the talent. Of course, 1 hour extra SmackDown means more TV time for them. So yeah, that's my really take on SmackDown going back to 2 hours. It will be easier to watch. I also do think that 3rd hour just feels so much like a little bit like in quicksand, that they're trying to get to that 3rd hour, or they're just filling SmackDown with things that could be on pay-per-views or things that we go Saturday Night Main Event. Oh no, let's stick it on SmackDown. We've got 3 hours to fill. Evidence is next week you're getting not 1, not 2, but 3 title matches that could. Why aren't they at Saturday Night Main? Sorry, not Saturday Night Main. Night of Champions. And the answer is we've got a 3 hour SmackDown to fill. So going back to 2 hours won't necessarily be a bad thing, but I do feel sorry for the talent. It means less TV time for you guys. But like I said, much shorter version of the podcast this week, just going solo. Marcus should be on next week, and do not forget, next week also Night of Champions. So it should be a little quiz next week. So we're doing a Night of Champions watch along, and should also be a quiz. So get involved in that, guys. Get involved in the watch along as well. Night of Champions next week. But of course, Raining Rock podcast next week. So double duty next week. And of course, if any of you guys are from the UK, any of you guys from the Manchester area, and you're going to Progress, don't hesitate to come and say hello. But I will see you guys next week. So make sure to like and subscribe. And always remember, if wrestling is the game, excellence is the name. And excellence is Ricky Goldman.